Okay, this is Hw8 and I'm doing homework 8, question 9. And here is my answer, and let me tell you how to do it. Okay, for this question, we see that here is a expression of the Markov chain, and it is statistically determined by its second-order probability masses. So we need to prove this question. And for this question, I see that because for every second step of the first step, the probability is expression by a probability that multiplied by the former one. So we can see that the former one, maybe here is several state. Okay, it is simple for a signal situation. It's 0 or 1. And for the next step, it will show also 0 or 1. But how can we connect these two steps? It is by the second order probability masses. So we can see that for a single the most simple question that there is one step. So the former one for the x1 or the x0 equals to 0 or equals to 1. And the second step for the next step is x1. Okay, it will be 0 or 1. It has the probability that from the x0 it equals to 0 and becomes to the x1 equals to 0 and 1. It is a probability. And the probability for these two situations, it added together is 1. And for another situation, that's the x0 equals to 1, it will be the next step that the x1 equals to 0 or 1. And it is also the probability added together is 1. So we can see the probability from the first step to the next step is limited, that it will not be larger than 1, or it will be restricted by 1. And we can see a more ordinary situation that from the step x0 to a larger step, maybe the step is n steps after the first one. So we need to see that the xn is determined by the xn minus 1, and the x minus by 1 will be determined by the x minus by 2. So the later one is determined by the former one, and the probability we see that for a Markov chain it will not be changed. So we can see the signal change is a simulation from the first to the last, and every step we need to choose the way to form to the signal that we want. So we can see that the probability or the second order probability is be multiplied by times and times, but it is a probability that less than 1. So we can see the multiple of every step will be stable by many steps of multiply. So it will become the wire at the first times or the first several times. Then it will be stable in the future or in the last. So we can see that it is statistically determined by a second order probability mass, because the probability will become stable at last.